Alright, if you're a musician or a band, if you're hoping to make it big in the show business, and if at the same time you haven't trademarked your stage name or your band name, this video is for you. I'll go through 16 well-known music brands and share with you some details about when they were trademarked. Once again, if you're a musician or a band and if you're hoping to make it big in the music industry, you might want to consider doing what these really successful stars did. Alright, let the countdown begin. Number 16. It took Kanye West, one of the most influential rappers out there, 8 months after he launched his debut album to trademark his name.
Let's get lost tonight. You could be my black Kate Moss tonight.
To put things into perspective, his debut album, The College Dropout, was launched on February 10th of 2004, and he filed his trademark on October 13th, also of 2004. Let's just put it this way. Back in 2004, Kanye West was nowhere near the star that he is today. Number 15, popular girl group Destiny's Child
Say my name, no one is around.
trademarked their brand 6 months after they launched their debut album. Their first album, Destiny's Child, was released on February 17th, 1998 and peaked at number 67 of the US Billboard 200. And they filed their first trademark to protect the name on August 31st, 1998. Purely coincidentally, the firm that I founded and that is now Trademark Factory was also incorporated on August 31st, except it was the year 2011. Number 14, Mr. Justin Timberlake.
Under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide.
This former NSYNC vocalist, someone who has been referred to as the president of pop, trademarked his brand 6 months after he launched his debut album, Justified. The album hit the shelves on November 5th, 2002, and his trademark got filed on May 27th, 2003. Number 13. Known as one of the world's highest paid celebrities with a net worth of $365 million, Taylor Swift trademarked her brand 5 months after she launched her debut album of the same name. The album was released on October 24th, 2006, and she filed her trademark on May 27th, 2007, back when she was still opening for other artists. Number 12. One of my favorite hard rock bands, Kiss. Known for their elaborate stage shows and face paint, trademarked their brand 4 months after the release of their debut album of the same name. Their first album was released on February 8th of 1974 to lukewarm success. They released their second, even less successful album, Hotter Than Hell, on October 22nd, 1974. According to Gene Simmons, the early years of Kiss were far from glamorous. We rode in a station wagon hundreds of miles every day. We would take turns driving and sleeping in the back. We ate burgers at roadside taverns. We stopped and peed on the side of long stretches of a highway when we couldn't find a town anywhere near. We ate beans and franks because we couldn't afford better food as we were on an $85 a week salary. Becoming a rock star was better than anything and beyond anything I ever imagined. There were moments of doubt for me that we were gonna make it. But still, they filed their first trademark all the way back on June 17th of 1974. You see, everyone is scared when they're starting out. Nobody's sure that it's gonna work out. But those who believe that it's possible and actually commit to their success, they do what needs to be done. And Kiss did it when they barely could afford decent food. What about you? Number 11. We already covered the president of pop. Now it's time for princess of pop, Britney Spears. She released her debut album on January 12, 1999, and filed her first trademark just 1 month later, on March 3rd, 1999. Number 10. Known as the highest paid Latina actress in Hollywood, singer, songwriter, and actress Jennifer Lopez trademarked her brand 11 days before her debut album launched. Her first album, On the 6th, hit the shelves on June 1st, 1999. However, by that time, on May 21st, 1999, she already filed her first trademark to protect her name. Number 9. Singer, songwriter, famous for his hit Uptown Funk, Bruno Mars,
This is that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold.
trademarked his brand 3 weeks before he launched his debut album. His first album, Doo-Wops and Hooligans, was released on October 4th, 2010, and his trademark was filed on September 14th. Number 8. American pop rock band famous for their song Radioactive, Imagine Dragons, trademarked their brand 5 months before their debut album. They dropped their first album, Night Visions, on September 4th, 2012. And yes, their first trademark was filed on April 12th, 2012. Number 7. Famous for his streetwise raps that made a huge impact on the hip-hop industry, 50 Cent trademarked his brand 7 months before his debut album. Now check this out. His debut album, Get Rich or Die Trying, was released on February 6th, 2003. And his first trademark was filed on July 9th, 2002.
So come give me a hug, getting rough. You can find me in the club.
Number 6. Known for her 4-octave vocal range, Goddess a Woman singer Adriana Grande trademarked her brand 1 year and 4 months before she launched her debut album, Yours Truly.
This is the part when I say I don't want it.
The album was released on September 3rd, 2013, and the filing date of her first trademark is May 15th, 2012. Number 5. With a net worth of $100 million, rapper Armando Christian Perez, popularly known as Pitbull,
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. This bigger than boys, a diggity dog.
trademarked his brand 1 year and 9 months before he launched his debut album. He had his first album, Miami, out on August 24, 2004, yet he filed his trademark on December 4th, 2002. Now let's put it this way. Back in 2002, not a lot of people knew of Pitbull and his music. Neither did he have his millions to throw around on trademarking. Yet he did it. And now he owns a very valuable brand. Number 4. Vine and Instagram celebrity and rapper Cardi B trademarked her brand 2 years and 1 month before she launched her first album.
Tie me up like I'm surprised. That's role play. I wear disguise. I want you to.
Now think all you want about her. She knows a thing or two about monetizing her brand. She released her first album, Invasion of Privacy, on April 6th, 2018, but filed her first trademark on February 27th of 2016. Now, to put things into perspective, her career was only getting started back in 2016. Number 3, Beyonce. As a singer who has sold over 17 million albums,
And finally you put me first. Baby, it's you.
Beyonce trademarked her brand 2 years and 8 months before she launched her first solo album, Dangerously in Love, back in June 17th of 2003. And yes, 2 years and 8 months before that, on October 16th, 2000, while she was still part of Destiny's Child, she filed a trademark to protect her name. Number 2, 15-time Grammy Award-winning singer songwriter, producer Alicia Keys trademarked her brand 2 years and 8 months before she launched her debut album Songs in A minor.
Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all.
She dropped the album on June 5th, 2001, and filed her trademark in the previous century on September 28th, 1998. She was only 17 then, long before she was the star she became upon the breakthrough of her debut album, which, as I've already mentioned, happened 2 years and 8 months after she trademarked her name. And finally, number one, with over 100 million records sold, the best-selling boy band of all time.
Tell me why ain't nothing but a party.
Backstreet Boys got their first trademark 2 years and 11 months before they released their debut album. That's almost 3 years between the two dates. They filed their first trademark on June 2nd, 1993, and released their debut album Backstreet Boys on May 6th, 1996. To put things back into perspective, the band started on April 20th of 1993. They had their first performance on May 8th, 1993, and they filed their first trademark on June 2nd, 1993, all in the span of a few days. So here are your 15 lessons on how to treat your brand if you're a musician starting out. Each of these stars believed they were talented and committed enough to make it, long before they got their millions, their mansions, and their diamonds. They didn't look at trademarking as something that they might do once they become big and famous. They looked at trademarking as something you do early on if you hope to one day become big and famous. If you're out there trying to get people to buy your music, if you're out there working hard to make a name for yourself or your band, if you're out there hoping that you can make a living doing what you love before you give it all up and get a real job, do what all these celebrities did and start treating your brand seriously. Your brand, just like your talent, is an asset. And you need to protect both these assets as if your life depends on it. Because guess what? It does. If you want to trademark your brand with a guaranteed result for a guaranteed budget, check out Trademark Factory. We've helped thousands of brand owners protect their brands, and we'd love to be part of your journey to the top.
Get it, trademark.